Hey, hello there, everybody. You got Perry here from Perry's PIIverse, and with me in person is my brother from another mother. Seems like that. Everyone thinks we have a bromance going on here. But, Paul flew in from Toronto to Winnipeg to come for the blossoming in the park. But also, there's some reason we're doing this here right now in my kitchen, and that is because it is both my anniversary and your anniversary. The 16th and the 18th is in the next couple days. So we're doing an anniversary first year of YouTube video just to sort of reminisce a little in that. And anyways, we got Paul here.
Yeah, it's Paul from Better Call Paul. Perry, cheers on our 1 year anniversary.
Cheers on 1 year.
I didn't think we'd make it this far.
Yeah, and I think we're going to quit after today. That's it. We made our year.
There's a good chance.
There's a good chance.
I'm debating. That video will be coming out on Saturday.
Yeah, so we'll decide when this video comes out if we are going to stay around after that.
Yeah,
we've done our service to the community.
Perry, my goal was 365 videos in 365 days, and I'm about 8 short.
Oh!
So
you really slacked.
I know. I'm on the fence about whether I can go on.
Let me see, 8. So this is currently we're recording this on the 15th.
Yeah.
You've got 3 days to put out 8 videos.
I know.
This is
you
one
know
of
what?
them.
Maybe we'll do a video at the park.
At the park. So there'll be 2.
Yeah.
There's 2.
Yeah. Maybe we'll do that.
Yeah. Yeah. So the timing has worked quite well because we're doing this blossoming at the park this afternoon at 5 p.m. There's going to be over 50 people showing up, according to my registration, even though it's a little light rain. It's not heavy rain, but it's light and cloudy, so it's going to be nice. We got a shelter. But Paul decided to fly out to Winnipeg to join us at this event. And we thought, hey, what? Not better than to say, well, if you're going to be here anyways, let's do a celebration of our 2 YouTube channels.
It cost me almost as much to get from the airport to your house by taxi as it did to fly from Toronto to Winnipeg.
I know that's pretty embarrassing that the taxi ride was more expensive.
Almost.
Yeah. Paul's got some great perks that he can take advantage of.
Yeah.
But the flight. I had to tell Paul that I'm literally on the other side of the city. So
and compared to Toronto, it's nothing, right? No. The other side of Toronto is like 2 hours away.
Yeah, that's a 2-hour ride.
Once you're into traffic and construction, it's a 2-hour drive.
Yeah. A Winnipeg across the city is not the same.
No, it's nothing at all.
Yeah. So we've got Paul that showed up here. Again, so what we wanted to do is our YouTube channels both started a year ago. So mine was on July 16th.
Yeah.
Of last year, and Paul 3 days later put out his first video on the 18th. Yeah. So this is really good, and we decided, you know what, this is the first anniversary, and both our channels really took off. So we really wanted to talk about that and reminisce.
I think I've been chasing you ever since we started, but but they both did well, and we're really happy about that. Yeah. Perry, why don't you tell people, how you started your channel or why you started your channel? Maybe we'll go into a bit of that in case anybody's interested and maybe somebody wants to start a channel. Yeah.
And I think you're going to say the same thing as me. Both of us never had any intentions of starting a YouTube channel. The funny part is we say we have brothers from another mother. It's almost ironic because we both joined Blossom. From whatever sources we started, we both joined Blossom
at the same time.
Yeah, and I believe that was November 2023.
Yeah,
November 2023. We both started Blossom, not knowing each other, on the same month.
Yeah,
we both grew about the same speed on followers inside Blossom. You're bigger than me, so I've got you on YouTube, but you got me on Blossom.
I think that's the one where I was a little bit ahead of you.
Yeah, you've always been ahead of me on Blossom, but we did good. Like we both hit 10,000 only a few months ago. Like I don't know how many months ago.
I think I'm at about 15,000.
Yeah, you're at 15 and I'm at 12 now. But I mean, like only a few months apart with regards to even the speed at which we grew there. We both are passive income investors. We really like the covered call and derivative environment.
Yeah. And we got to go to the Blossom event in Toronto last year, and the whole Blossom team, I guess you could say, founders like Max and Brandon, and I always forget the other two's names. I apologize. Yeah. I've had a chance to meet one of them, but not the other. They gave us an award at the Blossom event
for 5,000 users.
I think mine says,
I got it right there.
I think mine says 8.
Oh, really? Oh, mine said 5.
Yeah, I think mine says 8.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyways.
Yeah. So yeah, we got that. And
Is that yours up there?
Yeah, that's my
Yours
other
is
one.
different than mine. Mine's glass.
Well, that's my 10,000.
Oh, I didn't get one.
Oh, yeah.
They
yeah,
like you better than they like me because you held that Winnipeg Blossom event. So
that's right. I'm sort of getting favor with them, I guess. Maybe I am. Maybe
you're in the good books.
Yeah. So anyway, how it started was I had no intention of doing a YouTube channel, same as you, I'm sure. Like I just literally joined Blossom because before Blossom I was on my own. I was learning things on YouTube. I was just watching blogs and channels and forums, and somewhere somebody talked, and I don't even know who it was, because somebody talked or mentioned something about Blossom, and I joined in November 2023, same month as you. And I just went in there because I wanted to say, what are other passive income investors doing? Like I literally built my portfolio by myself. I wanted to know more about cover call ETFs. I did structure my own thing. I built my own spreadsheet. I called it my master portfolio spreadsheet.
Your little spreadsheet.
My little spreadsheet, which is about
infamous.
This big. Yeah. And so I did that, and I ended up slowly but surely becoming sort of a little bit of an authority, not the authority, but somebody that people would want to ask me questions on.
Yeah.
Hey, how did you structure that? How do you structure that? But the one thing is, if I could have sold my spreadsheet for $5 each, I would have made more money than I ever would have made on YouTube.
Right.
But everyone asked me, Perry, can I get a copy? Because every time I was on Blossom, I would always show the spreadsheet, say, hey, I took a clip of that. And they're like, so I kept on being asked more and more, can I see the spreadsheet? Can I see the spreadsheet? Can I buy the spreadsheet? And I said,
Everybody
no.
wanted a piece of your spreadsheet.
Everyone wanted a piece of my spreadsheet. And I said, no, I can't do it. It's just too complex. But then I finally decided back a year ago, I finally said, no, okay, everyone wants to see the spreadsheet, but the only way I could do it is by doing a video.
Right.
So I decided, okay, what I'll do is I'll create a video. I'll put it on YouTube. I don't even know how to create a channel. I had to actually read how to do a channel, because if I was going to put a video on a YouTube, how do I actually post it so people can see it?
I bet you went on YouTube to watch a video on how to join YouTube.
How to join YouTube.
That's what we did.
That's exactly what we did. If there's anything you don't know, go to YouTube.
Go to YouTube.
I created a YouTube channel just so I could put this spreadsheet video in. And then my first video, released July 16th, was a complete walkthrough of my master spreadsheet. Every tab, every spreadsheet, all the details of it. And it took off like gangbusters. And again, because there was that pent-up demand that people wanted to see it. Now they got to see all of it. So that's how I got pulled into YouTube. I thought it was going to be a one and done.
Yeah.
I was going to do the one video there. Everyone's got my spreadsheet.
And they'll leave you alone.
And they'll leave me alone. And then people kept on asking me, hey, when's the next video? Can you explain this? So I thought, okay, well, maybe I could do another video just to explain this and that. And lo and behold, before I knew it,
you got addicted, didn't you?
I literally, my OCD and entrepreneurial spirit kicked in. Mm-hmm. And I said, okay, if I'm going to do this as a business, I don't even know if it's going to take off. I heard the bad stories that a lot of YouTube channels won't even monetize for 2-3 years. And I said, look, I'm not here to make money. I just want to have something where I can, if I want to talk about something in a video, I have a channel to put it.
Yep.
Right. So I just thought, okay, but I'm going to give myself a branding and stuff like that. I watched some of the other guys like Adriano that had nice branding. So I created the branding, and it just took off from there. It turned from just being something that I could put videos on to literally it became a part-time job.
Took a life of its own.
Took a life of its own. How about you?
So mine has nothing to do with a spreadsheet, and I would say that I've probably thought about being on YouTube before because I really admired Adriano, and I've followed Robin and Candace and a whole bunch of different Canadian a T-shirt, everybody, Jordan, but I always thought, I guess I'm not as much of an entrepreneur as you. I always thought that there was more than enough content on YouTube. Like, why does YouTube need another passive income channel, right? Yeah. And that's when I got the message from Mo. And we got a shout out to Mo. It was Mo's Momentum Finance, right? His channel, Momentum Finance. He messaged me on Blossom and said, "Would you like to come on my channel? I want to, interview you for my channel." And I was like, "Sure, why not? I'd love to come on your channel." Mm-hmm. Right? So I got a chance to go on Mo's channel, and then Ari Gutman. He's from the States. He's got a massive following, and he reached out to me, and I did the video interview with him, and it blew up. I can't remember what it's at. I think it's at like 70 or 80,000 views now, but it did really, really well. And that's when my wife and Sean's wife said, "You guys need to start a YouTube channel." And I was like, "You guys are crazy. Like, slow down. Like,
slow down here.
I'm going to start a YouTube channel.
I'm just a blossomer.
What are you talking about? I don't know how to make a video. I don't know how to record a video. I don't know how to edit a video. Nothing, right?"
Yeah.
But anyways, they pushed and pushed and pushed, and we finally agreed. So I think early July started working on making the actual channel. We went on Blossom and said, "Look, these are our title options. What do you like?"
Yeah.
And I forget her name. That's terrible of me. I've met her twice now. She came out with Better Call Paul, and we thought that was catchy.
Yeah.
If you Google it, there's like 25 Better Call Paul YouTube channels. Believe it or not.
No way.
Oh, yeah. There's so many.
So you're not even unique.
No.
If it would have been Better Call Herman, maybe you had a better chance.
Right? It's not even unique, right? So we weren't obviously the first people to think about it. But anyways, it was a great name, and we thank her so much for helping us with it. She was at our meet and greet in Toronto, in Arizona. She was there. Yeah. She's very smart, very intelligent. I'd like to work more with her, and I think she wants to work more with us, but she hasn't come out and said it. Anyways, she came up with the name. My daughter came up with the logo using, I think, Chat GPT. She asked for a bald guy and another guy with a beard, and on our cell phones talking to each other or something. That was it. We sat down at the kitchen table on Friday, July 18th, and made our first video.
Yeah.
And as soon as we got a few views and a few subscribers, I'm like, let's make another video. Let's make another video. They're like, "Paul, slow down. You don't need to make this many videos." Yeah. I'm like, "No, we need to make a video every single day."
365 for the next year.
Until we get 1,000 subscribers, we got to do it. And they're like, "Slow down."
Yeah.
Then we hit 1,000 subscribers. It's like, okay, now we need 4,000 watch hours. We got to make videos.
And that's so funny for people that don't know YouTube channels, how to actually operate a YouTube channel. YouTube is always giving you metrics and advice and next milestones you have to meet. So the first thing is views, and then you got to hit watch hours. Yeah. And you can't even monetize unless you hit certain numbers like 1,500 and I can't remember, it's like 3,000 watch hours or something like that. Is so you then start, it's almost like your gamification. You now start trying to hit all these milestones that YouTube is trying to tell you to do. Hey, if you do this, you'll get another level of channel advancement. If you can get to here, you now get to put memberships in or whatever that. So I remember the same thing. It's like, how do we hit that? And that's the funny thing. Is the same thing as you. I was always looking at, maybe I can get to 500 members or 500 subscribers. It'd be cool.
So we were around, I think, 700 or 800 subscribers. We were getting pretty close to that 1,000 mark. And I got a shout out also to Marcos Mila. Everybody knows him on Blossom. And he interviewed me next and posted that video, I think, Sunday night. So we started on the Friday. He posted the video, I think, Sunday night. Within 3 days, we hit 2,000 subscribers. Yeah. So his video definitely helped me a lot.
Well, and we both had it around the same time. So like we talked about Ari and Marcos and Mo and Gary Gill. I had also Gary Gill.
I got Gary Gill later on. I can't remember when he reached out to me.
See, my concentration was a lot earlier things. Like it literally happened. I think 3 of the 4 that interviewed me while I was still a Blossom rock star, whatever you want to call it. Right? So they were all interviewed. And I think Marcos was the only one that I got interviewed after the channel, because I remember asking Marcos a lot of questions about how do I help move my channel along. So Marcos was very helpful with that too. So, but really, we do a shout out to all of the 4 of them that basically help propel us further, so that people would say, hey, we'll give Paul a chance. We'll give Perry a chance. Let's see what his videos do. Yeah. So shout out to all of them. It all happened right in that month or 2 month time frame, right? So
and it was right around, it was just before the time that I got laid off, right? I knew at the end of August that I was getting, or maybe the beginning of August, I knew that I was going to be getting laid off, and it all kind of fell into place at the same time. And even though obviously I was able to collect EI for a year, having that passive income, when I found out I was getting laid off, I didn't panic. I didn't have to, worry. My wife panicked. Mom, she completely panicked. She's sending me text messages. You can do Uber. You can do Lyft. You can do this.
Get working.
You can do that. And it's like, wow, I'm still working. I hadn't even finished working yet.
And she's already wanting you to go to the next one.
I hadn't been unemployed for even 1 day. And she already had 14
jobs. 40 other jobs, right?
lined up for me. You know,
Yeah,
but,
and that's funny because we talk about that because it was early. I mean, yeah, you started. So that's another thing that was, and again, I don't know what was the miracle for us. I think first of all is because we were in. You thought there were so many videos by so many channels on cover call ETFs and passive income investing, but I think in hindsight there actually weren't.
Right.
There's very few, there's much
Canadian,
fewer than we think,
right?
especially Canadian
content.
ones.
Yeah, a lot of Canadian, not enough Canadian content.
No, and I think that really is why. So here's the thing. Everyone said like, yeah, like I some of them said, look, it took me 2 years before I even monetized.
Yeah.
Paul and I monetize again. Everything we do seems to be in lockstep with each other. We both started our channel a year ago today, or a year ago this week.
Yeah.
And we both monetized 6 to 8 weeks after we went live. So I monetized 6 weeks after, and you monetized 8 weeks after. I think 7 weeks.
Yeah, you beat me by a week.
By a week. So we literally both monetized only just over a month and a half after we started our channels, and I still, being as naive as we are, we're like, okay, well, so what? And they're like, no, you don't get it. People don't monetize in 7 weeks.
Yeah.
So,
but like, I mean, we did it differently. You know, you guys know Perry's videos are very long and instructional and educational.
Universities, college courses.
Yeah, right. And they try to explain, you know, complex theories on passive income, where mine are a little bit shorter, maybe 8 to 15 minutes. Mm-hmm. And I try to give you snippets of my journey.
Right. Totally different.
But keep at it. If you're going to start a YouTube channel, don't quit. Keep working at it. You know, put out more videos. If nothing else, put out more videos. Right. Share them on more platforms. That's something we haven't done enough of.
No.
I've shared mine on.
I've heard TikTok is very powerful, and I don't have a TikTok account. I heard TikTok.
You can use TikTok, Instagram, other platforms to drive views to your YouTube channel. So, and guys, you can see obviously I haven't done as well as Perry. He's got swag now. Right?
I got merch. I don't have swag because I'm not giving it away.
He's got merch. Sorry, he's not giving any. I'm hoping he's going to give me a shirt.
There we go. Look at that. See. I got a pink one for you.
I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. Yeah. Maybe I'll get a 50% discount.
Yeah. So and that's the thing. Is like at the end of the day, whatever you're doing with the YouTube channel, again, we both fell in this. We did not go into YouTube thinking that we're going to create a channel, we're going to monetize it, we're going to make money, and that's it. We both went into this as just two hacks that said, we're going to do this and hey, whatever, let's see what it goes. That we're making money. Literally, we then, after we started monetizing, I think we both started realizing that this is more of a business now.
Can be.
It can be.
Can be.
If you really want the money to keep happening in the revenue flow, you can't just say, I made my video, there you go, now the money's just going to flow in. It's literally a service business. If you stop making videos, you stop making money. So
true.
Yeah. And it is a labor of love, because I'll tell you right now, it's not as if we're getting rich quick. I mean,
no, it's definitely
the amount of money I put into, the amount of effort I put into it versus the money that comes out of a video, it doesn't even pay for it. So
it's definitely a passion project. And there are people I know, for example, Adriano, I think it took him a year to get monetized. Adrian in a t-shirt, I think he said it took him a year and a half. So there are people who have stuck with this for a long time and received nothing for it. Right. But in the long run, you know, it has paid off, right? You can pay off.
Oh yeah. And I don't want to say that you can't make money off it. Absolutely. There's people that are making 6-7 figures on their YouTube channel.
Yeah.
If you are doing it more like it's a more casual business and stuff like that, if you're not fully into it, money will trickle in, but don't think you're going to retire on it. Not unless you really put the effort onto it.
Yeah.
And if you put the effort on it, it will work. Like then you focus on putting out the merch and promoting it onto TikTok and all the other channels.
Yeah.
I was supposed to be retired. So my idea of leaving full-time to retire and then become full-time on YouTube, that's sort of like, the only reason I'm really doing it more so, it's absolutely not to the money. Yeah. I do it because I actually enjoy creating content.
Yes. I'll be honest with you. When I first started back in 2020, I had a feeling, even before, I guess it was when COVID hit, right? COVID hit, and I was 46 or something, working for a job with no pension, right? And I could see that somewhere down the road, I was all of a sudden going to be 50, 55, 60 years old, still with no pension. Yeah. Right. And at the time I had like $130,000 in investments. Obviously not the 2.2 million.
You need to retire.
You need to retire, right?
Yeah.
So I started panicking, right? Opened up a broker with RBC, decided to kind of like basically fire my financial advisor. He still takes care of my life insurance, which is great, but get rid of him and start doing my own investing. And I really heavily relied on the Motley Fool and YouTube.
Yeah.
For all
the
the
advice.
information, everything that I've ever learned, right? So thank you to everybody who put out the information.
Yeah.
But now being on YouTube, more than the money that we make doing it, which like Perry said, is not a lot of money. I remember I did a video showing how much money I made, and somebody left a comment saying, you know, if you look at all the videos you made in November and how much you've earned, it's like you're making $4 an hour.
$4 an hour.
Right?
I know.
So
I know. Yeah. Some of my biggest videos are like again, people, I know I'm long-winded, you know.
No.
But my videos are sometimes an hour, hour and 20, hour and a half. These videos for me take me sometimes 3 to 6 days to create.
Yeah.
I will maybe generate, if it's a good one, like except for the rare one, on average, I might make $100 to $300 on that video.
Right.
You take that divided by 5 or 6 days
Yeah.
on an hourly basis.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe I'm making $4 an hour, $5 an hour on that video.
What I was going to say, honestly, is that instead of me just consuming YouTube videos and that being my sort of like my driving force to keep going, or my inspiration to keep investing, now I get to do stuff like this, right? I would have never known Perry before.
No.
Right? I wouldn't have been invited to Blossom events to get an award, or, you know, I think, is it the 24th? The
25th.
The 25th is Blossom.
Oh, right.
But the 23rd, we're going to do another meet and greet.
Yeah,
right?
Right by the airport. If anybody's interested, we're doing a meet and greet on the 23rd of July, 2 days before the Blossom Con Toronto.
Yeah.
So reach out to either one of us.
Yeah, just reach out to us. But that, and then, you know, I've been invited to the CBOE, right, for
a couple times
for launches.
Yeah.
We got to go to that event with BMO.
Yeah.
Right. So we've got a chance to meet Maxwell. We've got a chance to meet Brandon Beavis. We got a chance to meet, all these people and go to events.
And I think that is really the value add. Like you talk about the money made on YouTube. Just having, because you're more recognized, to have that more integration with the vendors, with the, you got to interview some of the biggest mutual fund or ETF companies in the market.
I have a video coming out today, which will be probably yesterday or the day before by the time this video comes out, but I got a chance to interview Sai Katera for the 4th time. Who would have ever think that a CEO and a founder of a company would want to talk to you?
We talked to a blossomer.
Like, I was buying EIT from Canoe. I was buying funds from every different place. I never thought that any of the people who own these companies would want to sit down and actually speak with you. Take 2 minutes to talk to you.
And I think that's the bigger value proposition.
And treat you like an equal. Like they don't treat you like they're better than you.
Yeah.
And obviously, Sai is up here.
Yeah.
Just listen to him.
And we're just blossomer YouTubers. Yeah.
But
I mean, that is actually what I think has been one of the biggest rewards for me is more the visibility that I've been able to get. Like the money is one thing, and it's really honestly not that much relative to the effort, but it's that recognition and that visibility with people that you would want to talk to, that actually say, oh geez, well, you're an influencer, I should talk to you, as opposed to if I were just an average blossomer, I would have not had
connections you get.
The connections I got.
The connections you get, and the friendships, and even people messaging you and saying, hey, I was really lost before I discovered your channel, and now I'm doing really well, or I'm going to retire next year. And it's not just us. It's they watch.
It's all the
people.
And that's actually you brought that up. That is actually one of the biggest rewards.
Community.
I think even more than that, you brought up a very good one. Is again that I could create content that could transform somebody's life. And again, I'm not saying I'm some kind of god. I'm not. First of all, we're not. We're not. Experts or financial planners or advisors.
Nope.
But just because we transparently share our journey, we really show an inspiration to others that say, well, if he can do it, why can't I do it? And to get those private messages or personal ones when we were in Toronto Con and stuff like that, saying, look, because of you, I had one person at the Arizona thing that said, because of you, we retired 5 years earlier.
Wow.
And I mean, how much more rewarding could it be that says that I, in some way, was able to influence someone that gave them 5 more years of employment-free life?
Yeah.
Just because I showed them how I did it, right?
Is there any wood in here? Knock
on wood.
Like knock on
They'll
wood.
be the first ones to curse us when all the markets crash.
Yeah. So far, knock on wood,
Yeah.
I haven't had one person message me
Yeah.
and say, it's all your fault. I
Yeah.
lost my money.
Yeah.
I'm not making money, or
Yeah.
the income's not working.
Yeah.
I haven't had one person. I mean, people will message and say, hey, listen.
Well, they'll be disappointed about ETFs in general.
I bought this fund. It's down right now. What do you think? Give me your honest opinion.
Yeah.
What do you think about it? What are you going to do with it?
Yeah.
And I tell them what I'm doing with it, because we can't control the market,
No.
right? We make videos, but we don't control what happens.
Yeah.
It's not Perry and I didn't cause Bitcoin to crash.
No,
right?
no. Yeah.
That wasn't part of our plan.
We go
right.
Again, everyone thinks that, oh yeah, this is all a scam or whatever. At the end of the day, I was generating back in November, I was generating almost over $50,000 a month.
Yeah.
And then the Bitcoin and the tech crash happened.
Yeah.
The chill, I call it.
Yeah.
And we were affected by it too.
I've been recovering.
We've been recovering from it too. But at the end of the
Yes.
day, here's the difference between market crashes or market corrections and a strategy that knows how to take the hits and absorb it.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, I'm still generating my target monthly income.
Yeah.
I don't sit here and cry about the fact that MST is my worst holding ETF right now.
Yeah.
And again, not Harvest's fault.
No.
It's strategy and it's Bitcoin that's caused it all to come down.
Yeah.
But you don't sit there and cry. I went into it knowing that it was a volatile juicer.
Yeah.
And I knew to incorporate it into a diversification strategy.
Right.
And contain it. Okay. It's only 2% of my portfolio. And I'm not going to panic sell it, because I was like, you know what? All you're doing is capitalizing your losses.
Yeah.
So it's more important that you have a proper strategy.
Right.
And the strategy will protect you. And that's, again, diversification, in my opinion, I always hold it as the number one thing. It is your protector, right?
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, if you put all your eggs in one basket, that one egg gets smashed, you've lost everything. If you have 100 eggs, you might smash a few, but you're still got the other 89,
You
right?
still got a lot more. Yeah, I was telling that to somebody the other day. They sent me a message asking me specifically about MST. And one of the things I said was, it's only one out of 39 ETFs that pay me every month.
Right.
So,
and it still pays, just not
it
much.
still pays. I don't know exactly, but I think it was maybe 5% of my portfolio back in October, November.
Yeah.
I had 3,000 shares. That was my goal.
Yeah.
When it crashed, I started buying more because it just seemed like it was too cheap.
Yeah.
Right. Even at $8, $6, it seemed like it was too cheap.
Now it's at under
Now under 2, right? It still seems. Yeah. So now I've upped to 7,000 shares, right? And it's about 10% of my portfolio.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, when they cut the distribution, it does hurt.
It hurts, yeah.
But all my reinvesting has kept my monthly above 9,000 a month.
Right.
Which is,
Well, and there goes the whole idea that the strategy for passive income investing, or I now call just income investing. So at the strategy for income investing is not just buy them, hold them, and just milk them to death.
Right.
If you don't do, and I actually have a big anniversary YouTube video being released on my anniversary, which is tomorrow on the 16th. I'm gonna reiterate it 1,000 times. The strategy is more than just buy and hold. You have to, reinvesting is absolutely a critical part of income investing.
Yes.
Because there are NAV lags, there are some NAV erosions, there are a whole bunch of things. At the end of the day, this is not a penalty. This is not a weakness. This is literally the cost of playing the game.
It is. It is.
It is. For income investing, it's the cost of playing the game. So if you make 10,000 and you put, say, 6 of that 10,000 back into the investments, you are going to basically snowball. You're going to slowly grow it up. And maybe several months where there's market corrections and stuff, you put it in there and it seems like it's not going up.
Right.
But you're building up the share count, which when they do eventually go up, they'll go up together. So reinvesting is an absolute critical part of income investing. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah.
I don't know if it'll ever happen, but if Bitcoin ever recovers back to even 80, 90, 100,000 and strategy recovers.
Oh my God.
If MSTE recovers even to, I always say, even $5, $6 a share, and Harvest can increase that dividend to 30 cents, half of what it was originally, my portfolio is going to fly.
Yeah, exactly.
It's going to fly. I have a question for you, Perry. This is something that a lot of people wonder about, I suppose. When you get your dividends from your juicers, or what I say, your hot sauce, right?
Yeah.
You don't have to have it, but I love hot sauce.
But you like the hot sauce, yeah.
Right? When you get your dividends and you're talking about reinvesting, do you put them back into the juicers, or do you use them to buy your anchors?
No, and that's a good thing. And actually, I have a video on reinvesting strategy. And it actually relates to a common question people ask is like, do you have drip turned on?
Right.
Turning drip on is basically a direct reinvestment. So what it means is if MSTE generated $100, $100 goes back into MST to buy more MST.
Yeah.
I do not believe in that strategy. I personally don't believe in it. I have I have drip turned off.
Right.
I don't just do it for mechanical reasons because I'm a retiree. My portfolio pays 90% of my entire retirement.
Yep.
Actually, today is the day that it pays out its monthly scheduled withdrawals.
Does that mean we're going to party today?
Yeah, you can party because I just, as of today, as we speak,
Perry's got the
all
money.
my RIFs and my lifts actually pay out their monthly schedule.
Nice.
So I couldn't have drip turned on even if I wanted to because the cash has to be available so that the RIFs can pay out that cash to me.
Okay.
If I had drip turned on, it would say, well, there's no cash in my cash balance because you told me to reinvest everything.
Yeah.
So what it will do is it'll force and actually make arbitrary sells of your investments so that it has cash to withdraw.
Yeah.
So I would never do that in the first place. So, but even if I wasn't a consumption investor, meaning a retiree, meaning I'm living on my portfolio, I would never do it anyways. The reason I never do it anyways is because I have 37 cover call ETFs. They all feed into the big bucket. Let's say that's the big bucket. So throughout the month, they all feed into this big bucket. At an arbitrary time, I decide if the market conditions are right, if I can see a good underweight position.
Yeah.
I decide, okay, where am I underweight? So this goes back to strategy. And strategy says if I really feel I'm low on anchors, which that's my strategy right now. I want to build up my foundation of anchors. All the money comes in from boosters, juicers, and anchors, but all the money flows into the reinvestment only to anchors.
Right.
You can't do that with drip.
Yeah, you put it where you want to put it.
I control when and where I put my money. So I personally like being a more active hands-on with regards to my reinvestment strategy. I'm not saying others shouldn't do that. Some people just like, look, it's too complex for me.
Sure.
Just reinvest. I'm 30 years old and I don't care. Just let it refeed itself. That's good. As a retiree, I'm forced to do it. Plus, I would want to do it. How about you? You're not a dripper either.
I do drip one ETF, and I'll tell you why. And it is MSTE. I've moved everything from RBC. I know you're with RBC. I've moved everything from RBC over to Wealthsimple now, except for I have an RSP account left with RBC. And I got rid of I think I had Alti and QDTE left in that account. I got rid of those.
Oh, we still got...
And I put it into MSTE. Yeah. And the reason I put it on drip is because I don't have to pay the $9.99.
Right. That is true. You don't pay a transition
only
cost.
That one position I'm dripping, and I'm kind of waiting to see what'll happen when it recovers.
Right.
And when that account gets to, I'm trying to get it up to I think $10,000. I'm going to move it to Wealthsimple, and then once I move it to Wealthsimple, it'll be off drip.
Yeah, that is one of the advantages of drip. Drip, you don't pay any transaction fees.
The only thing I noticed, I looked at the last, I guess in July when I got my distributions from Harvest, and I looked at the drip, and it seemed like they dripped MSTE at a higher price. You don't ever seem to get the good price. No. They always drip it. It seems like it's a higher price than it should.
And again, I know they say you shouldn't market time, so whatever the price is, that's what you do.
That's what it is.
But sorry, maybe I'm a Winnipegger. As a Winnipegger, I'm cheap. I want to get it at $6, not $6.95. So that's the benefit of doing fully controlled reinvesting is I can decide my timing. I can decide where I'm sending it. I can also do what I've been doing since 2025. Remember, I said and I still hold true to it. And I could be told absolutely wrong.
Right.
I still believe there's a major market correction.
Oh yeah.
I can decide how much of my reinvestment I even want to hold back.
Right.
So I can decide, okay, I'm going to hold back. I want to get myself up to about a 5% cash reserve. Now, the only thing I lose if that crash never does happen is I lost opportunity.
Sure.
For 3-5 months, I could have made distributions that I wasn't making.
Yeah.
Not a big loss for me because I make more than I need anyways.
Yeah.
I would rather have the bird in the hand than two in the bush. If the correction does happen, then I'll go buy some really good anchor positions. Yeah. If it doesn't happen, well, then I will just finally say, you know what? This crash isn't happening. I'm just going to put the money back in. So
I wonder, I watch a lot of not a lot of Ari's content, but him and Ryan, they do a video podcast every, I think, Saturday called In the Deep End.
Oh, yeah.
And Ari seems to be a big believer that as long as Trump is in office, he's going to keep, the market pretty steady. Now we know we see it go up and down, and there's all these buying opportunities, and I guess even selling opportunities as the market seems to be.
I was doing good for a while with the oil.
Seems to be manipulated, right? A little bit of market manipulation.
Let's believe it might be manipulated.
Yeah. But otherwise, Ari's beliefs are that Trump will try to keep the stock market going. So maybe that crash is not coming anytime soon. Until
he's not there to do it.
Listen, if you call for a crash, eventually sometime in the next 20 years, you're going to be right.
The clock is always right twice a day.
A broken clock.
Broken clock is always right
twice a year.
Yeah. So now going back to the YouTube.
Yeah.
Looking back a year now, we've done a year, so we know why we got into it and what motivates us, and we enjoy helping people and get reward from people saying they've improved their lives financially because of it.
Yeah.
Now looking back, what are some of the things, first of all, that you'd say really frustrated you and you had to actually sort of figure a way around it? Because you're still here, so you didn't give up. But I know there was a time when you finally said you were almost on the verge of saying this is not worth the hassle, right?
Yeah. Well, I guess some of the difficult things for me, especially trying to put out content on a daily basis, is coming up with new ideas, new topics, things to talk about, things that'll keep people engaged. And also trying to, I know Perry does all of his own editing, which there's pros and cons to everything, right? Perry can sit down, spend his 3 or 4 days really working on a video, editing it well, and doing all the little tweaks he wants to. Whereas I make a video and my wife edits it. Oftentimes we're not even in the same place because she's a flight attendant, so she could be oftentimes in Winnipeg, Calgary, BC, or wherever.
Editing the
videos, and we're trying to get them out the same day, right? So there's things about my video that I almost wish were a lot more polished and a lot better. But then at the same time, part of our brand is just that
it's who you are.
I'm an average person, right? I'm not some multi-millionaire with some fancy studio and a big team making these videos. I'm just trying to share what I'm doing and what seems to be working.
And I think that adds to the ambiance because at the end of the day,
the dog barking.
The dog barking in the background, which we never usually get rid of anyways.
Yeah.
That adds to the trust side of, they watch you because they know that you're just an average Joe talking.
Yeah.
The ones that are really the professionally polished, everything is nailed down. Like with me, most of my videos, the video and the content is professional. Like not professional. It's been edited and I've really worked my butt off on it getting it. But when I talk, well, everyone knows. If anyone who follows me, can you say what you said 80% shorter? But that's me. That's who I am, right? You get who you get.
Perry and I both have to. Everybody has to deal with trolls, right? And people who don't like our content, and people who don't like the products we buy or invest in, and so we block most of them. I try to give people a chance, right? Like make a comment, and I'll ignore it. Say something constructive, and I'll respond to you,
even if it's critical. But if you say it in a pleasant way.
If it starts off with "you're an idiot," you're getting me off on the wrong foot. But anyways, the one person made a comment saying, I only did the video or whatnot because, say, for example, Harvest sponsored it, and they sponsor one video a month for me, and I appreciate it. It's fantastic, helps out a lot. But at the same time, I make way more money from their investments than I do from their sponsorship.
From this sponsorship.
If I had to give up one or the other, I would give up the sponsorship because just HHIS alone pays me almost $1,700 a month. Right? So I'd have to do a lot of videos before I match. So I genuinely have been invested in these types of products for years now. And the sponsorship, if you can get one, is really just icing on the cake. It's
it is
extra.
And people don't realize the sponsorships are not all glory either. Because when you do a sponsorship, there's a lot of hoops you have to jump, a lot of restrictions, a lot of regulation you have to do. So a lot of YouTube channel creators like you and me, will even avoid a lot of sponsors. I've never had one. The only one I've had is affiliates, which is affiliate with Snowball Analytics. I don't mind that one because honestly, I use Snowball Analytics every day. That's not something that I'm just doing it to promote so I can make some money. I've used Snowball Analytics longer than Snowball even asked me to be an affiliate.
Right.
So I have no problem doing that. And it's an affiliate one. They don't ask me to write videos a certain way or whatever. They just say, hey, if subscribers like what you've seen and they want to subscribe, give them 10% off. That's it. The ones that are more formal, which says, basically here's a contract, and those are harder to do because you really have to sort of, hey, if you believe in, say, someone like Evolve or Harvest or Global X or whoever it is, and they want to sponsor you, that's a different story than saying, I don't really use them, but, So, and again, we do use those products. So it's not a problem for me to say the good and bad, but I'll always, and you the same way. We'll speak bluntly.
Yeah, well,
good or bad.
A lot of
if
times,
Harvest has something with an issue, we'll talk about Harvest having an issue. If Evolve has something with an issue, we'll talk about Evolve having an issue. So
when I make videos, say I make a video about PLTE, and I'll get people asking me, well, why don't you buy PLHI, or why don't you do this one, or why don't you do that one? And what I try to do is I try to make content about funds that I actually own, right? Yeah. Because
they have a personality to
them. Like I've been willing to put my own money into them. So I'm telling you about something I've actually tried and used, and I'm still using. Good or bad, right?
Right.
And I can't own every ETF.
No, you can't. Right? I know everyone says, well, haven't you done BT whatever? It's like HBT, whatever it is. And I'm going, no, I haven't. It's like, it's not that it's bad. It's just, I already got 37 of them. It's like at the end of the day, my portfolio already says I have a weighting I'm happy with. Would I mind having it? No, I wouldn't mind. But honestly, I'm not interested in expanding right now. But And a lot of times people bring up names like, oh, geez, I didn't know. Like, I think PayG. I joined PayG because I think it was you.
I think
somebody said PayG, and I was like, whoa, I'm looking for an international exposure. Yeah. So if somebody brings up one that I'm like, I'm a little low and underweight on international exposure, PayG is a good one. So I did add PayG to my catalog. Everything is in a catalog to me. Yeah. So if I have 6 covered call ETF accounts, RIFs, LIFs, and TFSAs.
Yeah.
None of them can put an ETF or an investment in there that's not in my catalog. So basically, I review it, I approve it, I research it, and say, okay, PayG is something that's in my catalog. As soon as PayG is in my catalog, any of my 6 accounts can then start taking positions in it. Yeah. So I did research PayG, and in that case, I liked it.
Yeah. I still like it.
It's a little bit more conservative than INTI. I hold INTI and PayG. So
is it really?
It is. It's more conservative, yeah. Okay. PayG is a little more, or INTI is more aggressive.
I had somebody telling me, because I did a video, I think, on my top 4 funds I want to buy for the rest of this year, and they mentioned that they were doing INTI and Canny. And I thought, if you already have INTI and you already have Canny, why don't you just buy Easy?
Yeah.
Right? Get all 3, but maybe they don't.
Because you get Biggie too.
Maybe they don't like Biggie that much. But I don't think Biggie's that bad. And when crypto recovers, I think you'll see Biggie will probably.
Yeah, people ask me that question all the time. It's like, if you already got 3, why are you going to just sell them all and go to Easy?
Right.
I think I've said in about 4 videos already. The reason I don't do it is because I don't want to capitalize gains or losses with any of them. They all already hold position weights that I already believe in.
Yeah.
And they hold them in a position weight that I want.
Right.
Easy does not do that. If I buy Easy based on the position weights that Easy is giving me.
Yeah.
So I, again, being a little bit of a control freak, if I want to have a little bit more overexposure on INTI, I can do that because I can add more to INTI. So, and not only that, I have RBC. Sadly, RBC charges ridiculous commission fees. I would then have to pay $9.95 or whatever the price is, and just so that I can have the convenience of having Easy.
Yeah.
But if you're starting from scratch, it might be a good go-in position because you get 3 of the 4, right?
If Biggie's share price ever got above Easy, I would sell it and just I would just buy more Easy. For me, because I already have, I think, too many tickers. Yeah. So for me, that would be...
And I understand why they didn't add 60.
That would be an easy decision.
That would be an easy decision.
To buy some more Easy.
And again, after watching a video from somebody, I understand why they didn't put 60 into that list. Because really, they put 3 of the 4 of their ultra yielders in there. 60, I understand why they didn't do it. But 60 is my...
That's your favorite.
That's my favorite of them. Like, honestly, I was a little nervous moving half of my bank position to 60 because bank has been a rock solid rock star, still is to this day. I bought it at $7. It's now at $12. I can't remember what it's at right now. And I thought, okay, But I like 60. It's a little bit more focused and it's a lot more aggressive. So and it's all on bank. So I moved half of my position into 60. So far, best decision I made. 60 is actually doing really good.
Banks have done really well recently.
Yeah. And the banks have been doing really well.
You've probably done better.
Mm-hmm.
I never ended up buying 60 because I just, again, you can't own everything, right? You have to pick and choose. And
my whole plan was to eventually move all of my bank to 60, but I wanted to have a year trial to see how the two worked with each other.
Yeah.
I do like them both together. Maybe if I ever want to be more aggressive and increase my cash flow, I could move the bank over to 60 and then I can gain about 3% more yield.
But you don't not necessarily need it.
I don't need it. I like bank holding the insurance companies. It gives you a little bit more stability that 60 doesn't have. So
after selling bank and moving to Canny, because I thought Canny would be more diversified than bank, and they're both from Evolve.
Yeah, both. Yeah.
I ended up buying bank back again, but only because it fits well in my margin account.
Oh,
right.
Okay.
It's safer than 60, right? I think it's safer than 60 will be in the down market.
Right.
So I ended up putting it in my margin account.